What's good, YouTube? Before the video starts, I just wanted to let y'all know if y'all could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so that way you can be updated for every latest video that I post. And if y'all didn't know, now y'all know. We got the Twitch. That's where I do all my live reactions and all my different types of reactions that I put onto this channel. So if you want to be with the Twitch community and also be one of the first people to ever see my reactions, go ahead and hit the link in the description. It's great, I promise. Chat, bro, this is a relic from the past, man. Y'all don't know nothing about CJ the Champ, bro. Well, y'all probably do, cause he still be posting frequently, but like, bro, y'all don't, like, OGs don't know nothing about CJ the Champ like that, boy. What are we talking about, bro? The YouTube niggas, man. Like, what?
Why is everyone so nervous about fighting this Thragg guy? No way he lives up to the hype.
A few moments later.
I got this!
Damn.
Your life literally is as valuable
bro, not
as
the
a
saxophones
summer
in the back,
Your life
bro.
is nothing.
Oh,
You
yeah.
serve zero
We getting
purpose.
active.
Because what are you here for? To worship?
We're getting active.
Kill you.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, y'all already know what time it is. Court is now in session because it's time for a trial. And it is for none other than the crispiest Viltrumite in the galaxy. Viltrum's final boss, Grand Regent Thragg. So, y'all already know how this works. We got the evidence and it is ready to be presented. And my god, I gotta say this is some of the most damning evidence a character has ever had. So, without further ado, Exhibit A.
Oh my god.
Alright, let's get down to business.
Oh my god, the
Exhibit
crispiest fucking hairline in animation history. Oh my god. That gives him just enough spot just to even sit at the round table. Nigga, y'all don't understand. I've never seen an animated character with a crispier hairline than that nigga shit. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Name one character. Chat, name one character and I'll shut up. That's the part, bro. Y'all can't.
Thragg's rise to power and his multiple atrocities. Now, we actually got a glimpse of Thragg's backstory right here. And just from this backstory alone, you could already tell that Thragg was a crazy ass nigga because this man is responsible for multiple horrible atrocities. So let's start off with example one. This one planet was trying to start a rebellion because they were fed up with the Viltrumites' rule.
Bitch? What y'all starting a rebellion for, bro? Everything is ours. You are my property. You know, yo, chat, bro. Y'all know what happens to this phone if Siri decides to disobey me, bro? I'm taking it back to the Apple store and getting a new one. Y'all are replaceable. Y'all are my property. So act like it. Everything is ours.
So they decided
Everything
to blow
is
some shit
ours.
up and retaliate. So the Viltrumite higher-ups, or Argall's council, whatever the hell you want to call them, had a meeting to discuss of what they should do about this rebellion. Now, Krieg and Thetis were basically arguing the whole time, because Krieg straight up proposed that they should just decimate the whole planet to show the strength of the Viltrum Empire and strike fear into the species that was trying to rebel. But Thetis, on the other hand, proposed that they shouldn't decimate their planet, because the Viltrumite rule over this species was cruel and inhumane. And he thought that since this species showed some type of pushback against their oppressors, that it was an act of strength and Viltrum should respect it because their main core value was strength. Now, while they kept yapping, Argall decided to shut both of them up. Then he asked Thragg, "Young nigga Thragg, my crispy apprentice, what do you think we should do?"
Just look how tough this nigga is. Just like chat. Bask in this nigga's glory. Oh shit, chat. Y'all are in the way. You're in the way, chat. Just bask in this nigga's glory. Oh my god. Crispiest hairline I've ever seen. Crispiest mustache I ever need. See, you know he be asking for the trim on the mustache whenever he get the clean fade. You know it. There's a reason why it literally goes together. The combo is so tough. It's so tough. It's tough. It's tough.
about this
Never seen nothing like it.
inconvenience. And Thragg straight up said that these creatures were so weak that their weakness was an offense to the natural order of the universe, and we should educate them on why they're so ass. And after hearing Thragg's rant, Argyle was like, now that is why you are my right-hand man. Tax them niggas 25% of their population.
Damn.
This man
That's what I'm talking
is
about.
responsible for this race losing 25% of their population. A quarter of these niggas was wiped off the map because Thragg thought they was weak as hell. Now,
That's what
let's
I'm
move
talking
into
about, Thragg.
example 2. His first day is Emperor.
Check out how this app help me buy whatever I
Bro,
want.
this nigga's first day is Emperor chat. Bro, when I tell you this nigga's first day is Emperor, bro, this nigga would have low-key clapped my ass cheeks. I'm not even gonna bullshit. I would have low-key, like, bro, if I was in the Belgian Empire and this nigga told me to throw that shit back with maximum efficiency, I would have thrown that shit back with maximum efficiency. I'm not lying. That nigga struck fear in nigga's heart. And I ain't too far away from that nigga. What fuck? Boy, crazy.
Got assassinated and took a big ass shank to the skull from Optimus Prime. They had a massive funeral for this man, and it was
Bro, Optimus
broadcasted
was
across the
moving
entire
low-key
planet.
different,
Though
bro.
after Thragg was done giving
Before
the
he got
eulogy,
his head
he does
decapitated,
what
this
is
nigga was
quite
moving
possible.
different.
One of the craziest things a leader could ever do. He said that there is a sickness in our society and it needs to be cut out. So he points at this melanated brother behind him and asks him, "You, do I look fresh today?"
I like it, cut G.
I don't believe you. He decapitated this brother for no reason at all. He chopped his head clean off to make an example out of him. So after he just murdered this dude in front
This
of
nigga,
everyone,
and then he had the Great Recession, bro. This nigga really said to everybody, hey, run y'all fades. I'm talking about run y'all fades until y'all get bloody knuckles. Whoever wins, guess what? You gonna be part of the new empire. He basically just halved his population after committing mass genocide to another population, wiping out 25% of them. This nigga is going up 25% every single time of the mass genocide he is committing. It's absolutely insane. What?
this man gets on the mic and says, "As my first command as Grand Regent, I, Thragg, hereby officially announce the first ever Viltrum Culling Games. Seek out every single sorry ass nigga in our population and eradicate them. Purge every weak nigga from our population." So after Thragg gave this speech, all hell just broke loose across the entire planet, and the Great Purge began. Viltrumites just started killing each other off one by one, so they could weed out every person they considered weak. And it wasn't just the adults doing it too. It was the kids as well. Look at them jumping this little nigga. Bro,
They is fucking that little nigga up. Imagine you getting jumped because you like, imagine getting jumped because your vertical wasn't as high as other niggas when y'all can all fly. Just imagine. Imagine little Timmy, John, and Susie decide to take your ass to the playground and say, "Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie, you gotta fight for your life. You couldn't bench 200 at the age of 4, so now you gotta fight for your life." Gang, I'm not standing for that. I ain't gonna lie.
jumped by 3 other kids that got stomped out to death. This was just straight up horrific, and I'm gonna keep it a beat. This had to be one of the worst ways to ever find out who was weak or not, because what this was a battle royale. Anything could happen. You could literally get cheap kills off of niggas for third-partying another 1v1. They could be 10 times better than you, but you could literally wait until they're 1v1.
So basically Fortnite. Wait, the fuck?
10 times better than you. But you could
Bro, this nigga over here doing backwards Kamehameha. Don't think that I did not peep this shit. The stance, the form, and everything, nigga. Backwards ass Kamehameha, nigga.
literally wait until their 1v1 was over and they were at half HP. Just come behind them and sneak their ass. Like, this shit is stupid. And God forbid a nigga ran into a motherfucker like Conquest, because that was just instant death. It didn't matter how strong you were if you ran into that nigga. That is just straight up bad RNG. And at the end of this purge that Thragg started, it led to half of their population getting wiped out. Billions of Viltrumites died because of this purge. And those billions of bodies are on Thragg's head, because he literally commanded them to do this. And now we're at our third major atrocity. And that was his invasion on Telescria. This nigga pulled up in a big ass Star Destroyer and started burning this city to the ground and destroying everything. Millions of innocent people were getting booed and vaporized while this man was just sitting in his ship and looking down on all this death and destruction. And there is a high probability that this man would have probably just scorched the whole planet if Mark and friends didn't destroy his ship and make him tweak out about losing Argol's skull. But I think that we can all agree after looking at these three atrocities that this man Thragg is just a straight up space tyrant. Because there is nothing more that this nigga loved to do than conquer civilizations and spread bloodshed wherever he went.
That nigga was a D1D man.
Still staying up late, gaming solo? With Hako AI, get the ultimate companion for your playtime.
Nobody cares about no damn hentai.
Alright. Exhibit B. Putting the fraud allegations to rest. Man, oh man. The amount
Bro, I'm talking about the first episode this nigga was introduced. Y'all niggas was literally putting this nigga immediate fraud watch. Just because his voice sounded a little squeaky whenever Argol's head fell. The boy love his leader. A little too much. I ain't gonna lie. A little too much, bro. But I'm telling you, he put them hoes to rest real fast, and y'all niggas started looking real different when y'all started seeing some real shit.
That were calling Thragg a fraud before episode 7 was just flat out insane. Like, we're now in a era where if a new character ain't doing some shit like ore farming or putting belt to ass to niggas in the first 5 minutes of they screen time,
niggas will put him on fraud watch, but when it comes to Piccolo, he's an ore farmer. Like, it makes no sense.
Punch. Now, if you were a part of the crowd that was calling Thragg a fraud before all this happened, all is forgiven. As long as you sign this document and turn it in by the end.
Listen, Chad, I done read the comics, so I never even, boy, I already knew how cold this nigga was, boy. I didn't read the comics. I literally just spoiled myself on TikTok and saw everything about the comics. I ain't gonna lie. That's what I do sometimes with shows. Like, y'all don't even know. Like, One Piece, I already know what the fuck Emu looks like. Boy, like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, I just be spoiling my stuff on shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie. And I need to stop that. But I can't, though. Especially with, like, how the internet is now. Like, you'll literally just scroll up one day on TikTok, and next thing you know, you'll see the whole entire story that you was really waiting on to be finished on cartoons just be spoiled to you on the comics. And it's like, damn, I kind of don't even want to watch that shit no more. But I'll still watch it, though.
The trial. Now, everyone should have known Thragg was all about that action the moment the coalition pulled up to Viltrum. Because they pulled up searching for this man just for him to meet them at the front door. Bro said, you ain't even gotta search for me, gang. I'm right here and I'm ready to throw down. So Thuma comes from behind and sneaks Status in the back. And all the other Viltrumites end up surrounding them. Because Thragg set up an ambush because he knew they were gonna try to track him down and kill him on Viltrum. So he sicks his minions to start jumping the coalition. While he just straight up sat back and watched them fight the whole time. This dude didn't even bother to move from the spot he was in till Space Racer shot his Infinity Ray at him. And all he did was move back a couple of inches. This man didn't give a flying fuck about a laser that would one-shot him. He just straight up had the confidence to know that that shit wasn't hitting him. So the first person to actually try to fight him was Omni-Man. So Nolan flew in and tried to hit him. But all Thragg did was move back a couple of inches again and make Nolan hit straight air. Then Thragg flew above him and winded up a punch from the heavens. And if you take a look at Nolan's face right here, you can tell that he is clearly thinking,
damn, he really about to rock my shit.
Yeah, he fucked that nigga up.
Thragg punched this nigga Nolan so hard he turned into a living, breathing meteor and made him crash all the way down on the surface of Viltrum. So after Thragg hit Nolan with a stage change, Thragg came down and tried to hit Nolan with some good old talk no jutsu. He was telling him, "Nolan, big dog, come home. Why are you fighting for these sorry-ass, weak-ass niggas? Thetis' sorry-ass killed our emperor and brought us to damn near extinction, and you wanna align with that Autobots roll-out sounding-ass nigga?" But Nolan tried to tell Thragg that he was a changed man now,
Thetis,
and he was done sipping from that Viltrum Kool-Aid to be a brainwashed space tyrant. So after Nolan tried to get Thragg to stop and surrender, Thragg looked at Nolan dead in the face and said, "Oh, Nolan, how far you fallen. Looks like that Earth Coochie really made you a soft-ass nigga." So Thragg winds up a punch that was so strong it created a vortex, and he hits Nolan with a short yukin from hell that sent Nolan flying all the way back up into the stratosphere. So after Nolan got sent back down,
I don't know why I do that, chat. I've already done seen the whole season, and I'm over here talking about damn. Fuck. Yo. Oh my god. Like, bro, I done seen all of this shit. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I think it's just like how I present myself, and I just like to do all that extra shit.
Outer space. The next person that tried to step up was everyone's favorite useless purple punching bag. Now before we observe what happens to this half-insect buffoon, I want y'all to hear exactly what Oliver says 20 minutes before this fight starts. Roll the clip.
Why is everyone so nervous about fighting this Thragg guy? No way he lives up to the hype.
Now, as we can see, Oliver is basically representing everybody that put Thragg on Fraud Watch. He himself was not believing in all the hype, even after his dad straight up told him, "However strong you think you are, Thragg is stronger." But Oliver, being a hard-headed ass nigga and not listening to any of the warnings about Thragg, ended up being on the receiving end of one of the most brutal scenes in the series. Oliver flew in to punch Thragg, but Thragg stops him with one hand. Then he crushes Oliver's hand and grabs him by the arm when he tried to get away. And you can see it in Oliver's face when he finally realized that he fucked up and he should have listened to his pops the whole time. But it was all too late for him. Thragg backhands Oliver so hard his jaw falls off and his left arm got snatched.
Shit.
Since you're already playing games anyway, why not earn some free rewards while you're at it?
Bro, if I get one more fucking ad, was this not like the third ad that we done got in a row? CJ, what are you doing to me? It's like you're literally bending me over and putting Tylenol up my ass cheeks. Are you okay? You're not. I know you're not.
All you need to do is download Buff, let it run.
Ah, man. Attempted murder and tackle on the child abuse. This nigga Oliver is the most useless person on this squad. He was a waste of space. And I already know some of y'all gonna be like, but CJ, what about Tech Jacket? You see, at least Tech Jacket knows her role. Sit in the back line, shoot your Viltrumite debuff darts at him, and get your assist. She's being a good support character. Oliver, on the other hand, is that one brain dead DPS on your team that goes into a fight alone, dies, and asks where the team was at as he's feeding the other team. This nigga is just straight up garbage.
Bro, DPS niggas really be soloing. I be knowing this because I be the DPS niggas, bro. Damage per second, but the characters be so fun though. They be so fun, like the super fast, quick gameplay. Ooh, you're fragile as fuck, so you gotta be careful how you move in, dodge, weave, boom, 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 boom. Like, bro, that shit be fun as fuck, bro. I don't care.
The nigga was talking crazy as hell, all for him to get his jaw broken off and not being able to talk again for the foreseeable future. Fucking trash can, bro. So after Oliver got humbled by Thragg, Mark tried to rush in on Thragg with a rage boost, all for Thragg to flash him with one of the craziest impact frames of all time, then stopping his punch with his hairline. Then after he showed Mark his fresh lineup that he got right before this battle, he gives him a left and a mean-ass gut check, then grabs him by the neck and kick slaps him out of Viltrum's orbit. Dang. Look at the impact frame of this man getting the shit slapped out of him. He slapped the taste out this nigga's mouth and made his whole head do a 180 before his whole body got put in reverse. Not gonna lie, gang, just for this, I'm giving him an extra attempted murder because this pimp slap was uncalled for, bro. So damn disrespectful. Then after he pimp slapped Mark, he flew up to my glorious King Battle Beast, rocked him in his jaw, then grabbed his jetpack then threw him to a whole other solar system because we don't see him again for the rest of the fight. Just for doing that to my goat, that's attempted murder. Cause throwing battle beasts like a toy into deep space is actually insane. So since everyone was getting dog walked by Thragg, they decided the best thing to do was to just destroy the whole planet. So Space Racer shot his infinity ray at the planet, and Mark, Nolan, and Thetis fly into the planet's core and blow it up. So after these three blew up the planet,
I was low-key waiting for that. Dramatic finish! Bro, whenever you hear that beam sound from Dragon Ball, bro, it just correlates with Fighter Z. I ain't gonna lie.
This sent Thragg over the edge. This man looked directly at Thetis, locked onto his target like he was a heat-seeking missile, and ripped Thetis' head clean off of his shoulders.
He was not playing no more games.
That was just straight up murder. Thetis didn't even get a chance to react. All he saw in his last moments was Thragg's crispy-ass hairline, blitzing him at Mach speed. Then he displayed his head to everyone, then crushed it into mush while telling everyone they're next. So after he sent Optimus Prime back to the Bayverse, he grabs Nolan with no hesitation and just starts to lay the smackdown on this nigga. While Nolan couldn't do anything, he couldn't fight back at all. Thragg then low-key started hitting Nolan with the Superman Injustice 2 super move, just yo-yoing his body with punches. Then Mark came in and tried to help out, but he gets punched in the throat and he can't breathe anymore. So Nolan tried to attack, but he gets his wrist shattered. Dang. When Mark saw Thragg flying towards him, his fight or flight senses kicked in. Mark hit the jets and just tried to skedaddle, but Thragg was chasing him and he was on his ass. Look at the expression on Mark's face right here. This is the face of a...
Oh my God, bro. Yo, bro, this probably is one of the greatest memes. Like, it's not a meme. I don't think they memed it yet, but like, bro, this shit was killing me when I saw this. Like, no bullshit. Like, this shit was killing me when I saw it. Let me get a good picture of it. Let me get a good picture. Cause
man who is terrified and is running from death itself. So Thragg grabs Mark and starts giving him ferocious back shots. Then after he finished giving Mark back shots, he had him hoisted up and he was about to end this man's existence right here. But Nolan comes in and saves Mark at the last second. So after Mark got saved, Mark asked, "Dad, how do we beat him?" And Nolan looked back at his son and said, "Son, we're cooked." Lord have mercy, Thragg gave Nolan the Viltrumite special technique. That is just flat out attempted murder. Then Thragg grabbed Mark by the neck again and gave him a headbutt that was probably heard around the cosmos. Then he started to squeeze his head and he was going to crush Mark's head just like he did to Thetis. But at the last second, Thragg decides to stop because he realized that too much Viltrumite blood has been spilled. So he lets Mark off the hook and leaves him for dead in space with his father and his brother. This man Thragg shut those fraud allegations up real quick, cause he just straight up wiped the floor with everyone. Omni-Man got left with his guts hanging out, Mark got put into another coma, and Oliver had to get put in a Bacta tank with a new shiny mechanical jaw and a prosthetic arm to go with it.
Dang! Let this nigga like Cyborg.
Exhibit C.
That nigga not gonna walk the same again.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached our third and final exhibit. Exhibit C, PTSD and holding Earth hostage. Now, after Thragg put belt to ass to the coalition and left the whole family for dead in space, Mark thought they were going to go to Earth and destroy everything. So when Mark finally recovered from the beating that Thragg gave him, it is revealed that Mark got his ass beat so bad, he got PTSD. But not just your regular PTSD. This nigga Mark got specifically post-Thragmatic stress disorder. Not gonna lie, I think we haven't seen a case of PT.
Why that low-key fit? Thragmatic this. Yo.
PTSD this severe since Slade did this shit to Robin. Cause Mark was tweaking out so hard he was seeing things just like Robin was. So let's go through some of the examples real quick of how severe this actually was. Example 1. Mark finally comes back home to see his mother for the first time after the war. So this was supposed to be a heartwarming moment, but it goes south real quick. While Mark was talking to his mom, he looked away for like 1 second. And when he turned around again, he sees Debbie getting choked out by Thragg. And Thragg tells him, "This is the smallest repayment for what you did," and rips Debbie's head clean off.
Like that type of
I'm not gonna
PTSD
lie,
got me dying.
this
I ain't
shit
gonna
got
lie.
me for a quick second. Cause this happened so fast it felt like a jump scare. Bro really thought for a second that he saw his mother get her head ripped off before he finally snapped back into reality. But this was only his first post-thragmatic stress disorder episode, because there were more to come. Example 2. Mark and Eve were having a very important conversation about how life's been for her since Mark left. And she was about to give him the whole lore dump of what all happened when he left. So right before she was about to tell Mark that she was pregnant, she gets her head snatched by Thragg. And Thragg starts to hold her up above Mark and tells him, "You took away what I loved. Now I'm taking what you love, little nigga." So he starts to gouge her eyes out and crush her face. Then her
I don't think I was
ends up
looking at this one, bro.
out of her
Nah, I
head
was.
before he finally kills her in front of Mark. Then throws her lifeless body right back at him. This nigga Mark was going through
Hey,
hell.
bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, Eve got thick as fuck too. Like, let me stop.
He was living a nightmare because he couldn't tell if
sorry.
this was real or not. Eve had to snap this man out of the genjutsu that he was stuck in because he was actually stun locked.
Awaken to a world of wonder in Final Fantasy XIV
Bro, literally
Online.
couldn't believe it. He could not process shit.
Now, let's observe example 3. Mark is giving the debrief to Cecil about the war and was low-key about to ask him for a therapist. Now, while their conversation continued, Mark closed his eyes, and the moment he looked back up, he sees Thragg giving Cecil the Viltrumite special move. And while he had his body lifted up, he told Mark, "Just to let you know, I'm still in your head, and not even therapy can repair the shit I did to you." Then he throws Cecil's lifeless body to the side like trash. And after this, Mark just started hyperventilating, cause he was having a panic attack mid-PTSD till Cecil finally calmed this nigga down and brought him back to reality. So after Mark went through like 3 post-thragmatic stress disorder episodes, Mark decided to go on a flight to clear his head. And while he was out flying, he sees Thragg again. So Mark, thinking he's having another episode, closes his eyes and starts to think in his head.
You know what the crazy part was? Thragg bitched this nigga the whole time too. He was really up on this nigga shit. Talking about, nigga, hey, bro, you gonna let me put my seed inside of your earth? Wrong one.
Oh my god, bro.
Wrong one. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Oh yeah. He told this nigga, chat, hold on. He told this nigga, hey nigga, you gonna let me plant my seed inside your earth. You gonna let me burst a nut inside of your mother earth. And after I'm done with that, I'm gonna put a seed inside your mom's and give you a little baby brother. Nigga, the Viltrum Empire will stand. We will be 10 times stronger. One way or another. I might even just fuck your mother. That's what he said. Chat, verbatim. Lahi.
This is not real, this nigga's not here. This is not real, this nigga's not here. This is not real, this nigga's not here. So when Mark opens up his eyes again, Thragg was still there. And he told him, yes, little nigga, we indeed are here. And this was when Mark finally realized that the Thragg standing in front of him was indeed the real Thragg. So Mark starts freaking out and begins to hit Thragg over and over again. But Thragg just took all of this with no reaction. Then pulled Mark's face and threw him back to where he started. Then Thragg told him, stop, little nigga. I didn't come here to fight. I came here to talk. So Thragg gives this man a little smile, then tells Mark, here's how this is about to go down, little nigga. You took our home, so now we're taking yours. So from this day forward, we will be using Earth as a breeding ground to repopulate our forces and rebuild our empire. And don't worry, they've already started. Krieg done cracked like 6 of your Earth holes already. That one-eyed motherfucker's having the time of his life right now. And Lucan is already famous. He's been hosting this show called Family Feud under an alias name, Steve Harvey or some shit. But that's besides the point. What you need to know is this, little nigga. You're going to let us coexist with you. And if you don't, we will rip this planet in half. Also, I will need to acquire the location of your planet's best barbers. Their services will be needed. So Mark has to agree because he basically has no choice. And Thragg officially takes the entire planet of Earth as hostage and turns
Crazy,
it into
bro.
a Viltrumite breeding farm. The verdict! Ladies and gentlemen, after observing all of this evidence and tallying up this long list of charges, this is a pass with flying colors. This man Thragg belongs in the elite category for menaces. He pulled off this list of charges in 3 episodes, gang. That is like a new record for Charles or some shit. And this is just the tip of the iceberg because the files on this man are going to continue over the years. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed. And until our next trial that is coming up very soon, I bid y'all farewell.
Yes, sir, boy. My boy CJ, man. A little throwback to y'all chat.